Good evening. This is GMEB TV News, live from our studios in Banjulinding. And I am your presenter, Maria Maketa. First, the headlines. Minister of Information features presence of Mohast and Nawek through press briefing. Drivers in Lamen Garas faces difficulties in rainy season. 17th cabinet meeting is chaired by President Barrow. 12 Gambians are detained in various deportation centers across Germany. Kenyans protest against proposed tax. Deadly torrential rains causes flooding in China. These and many more stories coming ahead. Stay tuned. Now the news in details. Minister of Information features presence of Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology at Sadauda Kairaba Conference Hall on 21st of June 2024. Cecilia E. L. Mendy was on the ground and she has the rest of the story.
The Ministry of Information recently hosted a press briefing featuring the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, coupled with the National Water and Electricity Company. The event aimed to discuss strategies for ongoing development projects. Minister of Information Ismaila Ceesay announced that the Gambian government has reduced the price of fertilizer from $1,150 to $1,100 per bag, providing a subsidy of $24 million, an improvement over last year's $50 subsidy. Gallo Seydi, Managing Director of NAWEC, highlighted current issues and ongoing projects in the water and
we have only distribution system. You don't have transmission at different level. You distribute and then you transmit at the same level. Any problem you have on the system will trigger an outage, and that is not fit for purpose. This is why you have transmission and distribution.
He expressed confidence that several projects will be completed within the next 1 to 2 years.
We have worked with the World Bank. We have done a feasibility study 2017-2018, and we have embarked on a project. Yes, the projects are delayed because of safeguard issues, because we have benchmark that we have to follow. Those are delayed our projects.
Seydi noted that while the issues of frequent outages and intermittent supply may not be fully resolved, a 90% improvement is expected. Martin Roberts, Chief Operating Officer of NAWEC, detailed the company's ongoing and planned projects.
We recognize that there is a lot of community at the moment that is undergoing some issues with their water supply, whether or not it is intermittent or whether or not there is no water supply. For that, we say sorry. However, and as the MD previously alluded to, there is light of the tunnel. Currently, we have 3 projects on hand. We have a project from the World Bank, which is supporting our infrastructure. They're currently having, they will be creating about 5 boreholes within the Brikama well field that will support the Brikama treatment plant. It will also support communities within the provincial area. They're also upgrading and rehabilitating some of our water storage tanks like in the Brikama Nemasu area and in Bruce Bay Tranquil area. There's also another project which is funded by the French Development Bank, which is the WASIP project. Now the objective of the WASIP project is 3-phase. Phase 1 is where they rehabilitate the existing infrastructure that is currently not functional. And this is, for example, tanks that have been bypassed and other infrastructural upgrade of pumps, etc.
Emphasizing their commitment to infrastructure improvement. Pierre Gomez, the Minister of Education, outlined future plans for the educational system, including an integration next year.
What we are thinking is building new structures for them, having more space, but also giving them what they never had, state-of-the-art medical laboratories, so that things will improve. That's what we are heading to. And in the coming weeks, we will finalize the feasibility study and then with the Ministry of Finance, go for resource mobilization. They're just waiting for us on that. Instruction is given by His Excellency President Maro. So the other thing also is now USEC. This is another area, University of Applied Science, Engineering and Technology, formerly GTTI, Gambia Technical Training Institute. So for the benefit of everybody, we no longer have GTTI in our books. We have USEC. Okay, so GTTI does not exist, okay, anymore. We have USEC, University of Applied Science, Engineering and Technology. And then I will explain. They have three components. So first component is the College of Science and Engineering. And this, we are building the campus in Brikama behind Gambia College. You've seen what we are doing, we've done at Farabad, that's for UTG. We're now building something also for USEC at Farabad, and God willing this year, we will all go there and inaugurate it. So it's a year of inauguration, okay?
In conclusion, the briefing emphasized that each ministry is actively addressing its respective challenges, contributing to the successful development of Gambia. Cecilia E. Elmendi, reporting for GMEB TV.
Drivers in Lamin Garas faces difficulties in rainy season. Fatoumata Yabo filed in this report.
Today we visited the Lamin Garage to inquire on the experiences of difficulties they face during the rainy season. It was difficult to get an interview as this is not their first time seeing the media covering the issues and nothing much has been done about it. Vice President of Lamin Garage, there are a lot of problems we face with the road. As in the rainy season, everywhere is flooded with water, making it difficult for cars to lodge there and for passengers to walk in the flood. Because of the flood, it has caused a lot of damage to the car. Driving becomes difficult, causing a lot of pain to our organs. Other media houses cover this issue, but so far only rocks have been laid on the road, after many failed promises of the government to build better road for us. A resident, we struggle with the flood. Sometimes clients struggle to board cars, as no cars want to enter the flood or water. As passengers, it's not easy to go on about their day, as the transportation situation gets more difficult in the rainy season. I am Fatma Tayabo reporting from GMEB TV.
17th Cabinet meeting is chaired by President Barrow at State House in Banjul. Kadimbai reports.
Among the matters on the agenda are three paper presentation. The Minister for Transport, Works and Infrastructure, Honorable Ibrahim Silla, will introduce a cabinet paper on the adjustment for the Banjul port and to advance an enlargement of the Sanyang Extensive Seaport. The Honorable Minister for Transport, Works and Infrastructure, Ibrahim Silla, will also introduce the potential interest of the proposed collaboration between the Gambia International Airline and the Yuan Investment Solution. Adding up, a paper on the Constitution of the Gambia 2024, Declaration Bill 2024, will be introduced by the Attorney General and Minister for Justice, Dauda E. Jallo. Reporting for GMEB TV, I am Kadimbai.
12 Gambians are detained in various deportation centers across. This deportation is said to be based on the Good Practice Agreement between Gambian government and European Union. Fantajanta reports on this story.
The group is calling on the Gambian government to halt the mass deportation and immediate suspend the ongoing monthly mass deportation agreed upon with the UN. Sonko and other human rights advocates argue that this deportation wasn't an already challenging situation in the Gambia, noting that the government is struggling to cope with high youth employment rates. They are also urging the government to address reintegration needs by developing and implementing comprehensive profiling and reintegration programs to support deportees and ensure they can sustainably reintegrate into society.
We will go on a short commercial break and we will be back. Welcome back. If you are just tuning in, this is GMEB TV News live from our studios in Banjulinding. Now news within Africa. Kenyan streets crackled with tension for a third day this week as citizens voiced their disapproval of a proposed tax bill. Sheikh Mohamed Jaju has rest of the story.
Kenyan streets cracked with tension for a third day this week as citizens voiced their disapproval of a proposed tax bill. The legislation presented by President William Ruto's administration has sparked outrage due to concerns of increased finance burden on ordinary Kenyans already struggling with a high cost of living. Thousands, primarily young people, from Nairobi's central business district on Thursday, June 20th, chance of no tax hikes, and Ruto must listen, echoed to the streets as protesters marched towards Parliament buildings. Clashes erupted between demonstrators and police, who used tear gas and water cannons to disperse the crowds. The crux of the issue lies in the proposed tax increase outlined in the Finance Bill 2024. The bill proposes a 2.75% levy on income for National Medical Insurance Plan, along with increased taxes on essentials like vegetable oil and fuel. President Ruto, who campaigned promises of economic growth and tax reduction, has faced criticism for backtracking on these pledges. The government has responded by scaling back some of the proposed increases, including taxes on bread and cooking oil. However, these concessions haven't modified protesters, who demand a complete scrapping of the bill. The National Assembly is expected to vote on the bill next week. The outcome remains uncertain, with the ruling party pushing for its passage to finance government programs and loan repayments. However, as Kenya grapples with this fiscal controversy, the coming days will be crucial. Whether the government can find a solution that balances its financial needs with the concern of its citizens remain to be seen. Reporting for GMEB TV, Sheikh Mohamed Jaj.
Malawian President Lazarus Chakwera has appointed Michael Usi as the country's vice president, replacing Saulos Chilima, who died in a plane crash on June 10th. The president made this announcement on Thursday. He is sworn on Friday. Now to our international stories. Tens of thousands of people across southern China have been evacuated, with many more potentially at risk.
Tens of thousands of people across southern China have been evacuated, with many more potentially at risk as deadly torrential rains continue to last the region, causing flash flooding and mudslides. At least 13 people have died since June 9. Chinese state media reported Friday, with dramatic footage showing urban areas submerged in water and buildings appearing to subside as emergency responders in speedboats race to rescue stranded residents. Chinese state broadcaster CCTV reported on Friday that at least 9 of the deaths had occurred in the city of Meiho in Guangdong province, among the hardest hit places amid reports of record flooding along the banks of the Songhuan and Sheku rivers. The southern province is an economic powerhouse, home to 127 million people, and is subject to annual flooding from April to September. But the region has faced more intense rainstorm and severe flooding in recent years, as scientists warn the climate crisis will amplify extreme weather, making it deadlier and more frequent. Earlier this week, more than 10,000 people were evacuated from Meiho. As many as 130,000 were left without power, with authorities in the city raising the flood control emergency response to level 1. According to state media, China's flood control emergency response system has 4 levels, with level 1 being the most severe. Reporting for GMEB TV, Sheikh Mohamed Jaj.
This is all we have for you on our today's news bulletin. Before we let go of you, a recap of our top headlines. Minister of Information features presence of Mohast and Nawek through press briefing. Drivers in Lament Garage faces difficulties in rainy season. 17th cabinet meeting is chaired by President Barrow. 12 Gambians are detained in various deportation centers across Germany. Kenyans protest against proposed tax. Deadly torrential rains causes flooding in China. This is all we have for you. On behalf of our producer and entire production team, we wish you a great evening, and I am your presenter, Mariam Keda.